Hello Internet, this is VR Mousy D15B. We're going to take a quick little walk around here of my 1989 Honda Civic wagon. I picked her up nice and cheap, downstate Illinois. I live just about in Iowa. It's far west. I'm 30 miles west of the Iowa border. So for me, that was about a 5.5–6 hour ride. All of you YouTubers, you want to see more about this, ecomodder.com. I've got a complete build thread from before I bought this car. I can show you all the pictures on that website that turned me on, that made me say, you know what, I absolutely have to have this car. And so the background is that this thing was a family car, and Grandma bought it brand new in Florida back in 1989, and it's got a lot of use, you know, but she's very, very clean. When I bought her, I put her together, cleaned her up. Didn't really take a whole lot to get her to run. Got her to run, motor died. She did a harikiri, and let me pop the hood. Motor died. This is the old motor, if anybody's curious. The stock motor on this car was a D15B2, 1.5 liter single overhead, no VTEC. See that? That's a hole when the rod broke on that cylinder and it punched itself out in the back. And this is the big nasty hole that it made on the front. Let me get to where the sun ain't in the way. But this is the big nasty hole right behind the 4 points that would have been for the optional air conditioner, which it had AC. And so the AC compressor would have sat in front of this, and that's where she killed herself. So what I ended up doing was I took and I cleaned up and saved the old head. Bear with me a second. So I cleaned up and I saved the old head. This is the original head from the original 1989 motor, original distributor. PM311 head. And that says 89. Okay. Since then, it's still DPFI, dual point fuel injection. It has 2 injectors and it runs 4 cylinders. The transmission, however, I've upgraded. The transmission that you see here is powder coated to match the body color, and this is a VX transmission, one of those nice low highway RPM cruisers. This is the fancy schmancy cable adapter, all that billet that allows it to pull here on this shift fork, the same how the hydraulic assembly would mount on this side of it and push on that shift fork to make your shift. This still uses that cable, because if you follow that cable all the way back to where it comes through, unlike the 96s and even the 91s and 92s, you're anything with a hydraulic clutch, your clutch master sits in there. They make a conversion kit to where you can actually have a hydraulic assembly, but that ends up going under the clutch pedal, under the dash, way the hell under in there, and that is just too much of a headache for me. I really like the conversion setup that I got. And so this is it. If you'd like to see more, again, you go ahead on ecomodder.com, and on that home page of the Ecomodder website, you can use their little search thing. You type in Skid Mark, that's this car's name, or Skiddy, and you can see a whole lot more in-depth pictures and details and writing and back and forth on everything that it took to convert from this old block to the new block, because this is a 1989 block this one that blew a hole in itself here. This is 89. This block that I have on the bottom end here in Skiddy, and I don't know if anybody was sharp and they caught it before, but that's a D16 Z6. You'll find that block and its matching head in like a 92, 95 Del Sol SI or something to that effect. And so the final thing that's going to need to happen for Skidmark is going to be this block here. And this is actually a VX block, D15 Z1. I got it all naked and clean and ready, and I just don't have my funds allocated. Tax time's coming, don't worry, to take him to the machine shop and get him all built and sexied up and ready and clean and thrown together. And I'm not sure whether I want to use that stock crank or if I want to tear into my other stuff, because I've got stuff absolutely everywhere in here, and make a stroker out of it, but that would bring the compression up, etc., etc. I'm not anywhere near decided. So check out online and see what's up with Skiddy if you're interested. Thanks for watching.